the week before our wedding. I don't even know what started the fight. I guess I said something, and the next thing I know, he's got me by the throat, pinned against the wall, literally choking me to death. Pretty much from that point forward, it was just the cycle of being fine and then not being fine. I'm not this person that has been abused. That's not me. I always said that would never be me, and it's me. At that moment, I could do the circle again, or I could just say, you know what, it's enough. Enough is enough, and I'm done. And I grabbed the kids, and I just left. We're going. We are going. Called 511. They gave me 2 numbers to call. The first place was full, and that was the end of the story. And the second number I called was Women's Resource Center, and Miss Claudine picked up the phone. And that day, my life changed. It was like I knew I made the right decision because everything became easy. It was no longer hard to live every day.
It's a refuge. It's a place where women come to so that they can shift from power over themselves to power within themselves. And they do that in a community where people support each other. They work on shifting the experience because when you come to the safe house, you often think about things like, gosh, I really don't want to have to be in an experience like this. It feels like a low point. It feels like I never in my life imagined that I wanted to grow up and be in a place like this, but here I am, so now what?
I didn't know what I was going into. So I wouldn't say that I was scared. When I got there, I was scared because I saw the light on.
Once she actually gets in the door, the first thing we want to do is help her get settled in her room and then ask her if she wants to eat, if she wants a little time to take a nap, just to kind of get settled in because it can be really overwhelming to come into the safe house because it's a new and strange and unfamiliar place. But once a woman gets here, she settles in pretty quickly. The other women come to welcome her. They help show her around. They might offer her something to eat. At the safe house, we have the kitchen, which is sort of like the hub of the house. There's a large island in the kitchen with 8 eyes. And so everyone can get around the island. There's lots of space for kind of chopping and prepping and stirring. Then there's a dining room area where everyone kind of gathers together for dinner each evening. And then we have a courtyard in the middle of the house, and the flowers are just beautiful. There are roses there, and there's a tree that I don't care what I say, I can't keep the kids out of. We have a patio that overlooks the children's play area, so moms can sit there and enjoy the sunshine and look out on the trees, and at the same time see the children playing on the tire swing that we have out there in the jungle gym. It really is a transformation just watching people move along the space that they really want to sort of, navigate their own path. Being at the safe house creates a real opportunity to have a meaningful second chance or a new opportunity to create safety where previously there wasn't any. And so imagine how wonderful it is when you take this tremendous blind leap of faith and you land someplace really beautiful. And that's really what we work for. We want women to come into this space and think, yes, I made the right choice.
He would call back to back hundreds of times a day. He would call my job trying to talk to. I'd have to unplug my phone just to get work done. It was so bad that I did file a TPO through the help of the Women's Resource Center.
My name is Ayanna Johnson. I'm Director of Legal Services for the Women's Resource Center to End Domestic Violence. The legal program is vital because what we do is walk with women through the complexities of the court system. Our role is to be intercessories between her wishes and the court system, and even to convey what it is that she wants and needs to the abuser. We assist with the family violence temporary protective order process, as well as assisting women with applying for criminal arrest warrants.
Actually, my married life was 10 years, and I used to stay at home all the time as a housewife. But my husband, from day one, he's like giving me mental torture and abused me.
We have a strong collaboration with the DeKalb County Sheriff's Department, the DeKalb County Police Department as well, and their domestic violence unit. We've got a voice before our judges, and when we meet with advocates across the state and even across the country, I'm told that what we have is very unique, it's very rare, and we're really grateful. I can't imagine a woman having to navigate the complexities of the legal system. It's daunting. There's so many steps to that process, and what we try to do is to inhibit some of the re-victimization that takes place.
One day I call Women's Resource Center and talk to them and find a lawyer and talk to my lawyer. Lawyer accepted my case and getting mental support, legal option, legal advice. From that day, I get a new life and I get back my hope. And I'm so lucky.
We're going to listen, we're going to be authentic, we're going to respect her autonomy and primarily allow her words to be her words. We'll explain the process to her and explain that we're not saviors and we're not to stand in her place, but we will certainly be there with her every step of the way. She doesn't have to do it alone.
My husband at the time had a psychotic break. We sought out treatment for him. He was hospitalized and then was in a partial day treatment program. He told me that he had shared with the psychologist that he had not only suicidal thoughts but homicidal thoughts. I really felt scared that unless I monitored how his illness was, that my kids wouldn't be safe, that the court wouldn't believe that he was a danger to them.
My name is Asher Burke. I'm a legal advocate and also a supervised visitation monitor at Nia's Place. Nia's Place is a supervised visitation and safe exchange center. It provides a safe environment for children to visit with a non-custodial parent or abusive parent with some structure and some boundaries contained in there that don't exist elsewhere. What happens during a visit at Nia's Place is the children are brought back by the escort who takes them from the custodial parent to meet the non-custodial parent in one of the visitation rooms. So it's all about having a good, healthy time with your kids. Fortunately, we have a nice space that feels and looks like a house. And so one room's like probably what was the great room or a big room in a house. And there's toys lining above the shelf on the mantle. And toys all around, play sets, a little table and chairs, a little train set so people could build, different train tracks and play with the trains. And I think that, there's activities for parents to do with their children in there that are age appropriate. We have another space where there's a lot of board games and puzzles, things like that. And then we have a third room for visiting with a television and some video games and things like that. A lot of the teenage kids that visit with us, they like to be in that room. They can talk while they're playing, so it's sort of like the playing sort of an impetus for a larger conversation.
The fact that Nia's Place existed and that there was the idea that my kids could still have a relationship with him, but that it would be in a safe environment and a supervised environment, that really opened up the door for me to be able to begin to consider new possibilities for myself and for my daughters.
We're all coming from the same place, so to speak. We might have gotten here differently, but our journey at that moment is kind of the same. You got a diaspora of people on the spectrum. So you had people ending, and you had people beginning, and you had people in the middle. It was hard for me to leave, I'll be honest. I waited till 3 o'clock, got my kids, we got in the car. Finding a place was really difficult, and when I found the place, it was close to my son's school. I said, this is perfect. And we pulled up, and we're home.
I felt sad when I have to leave because all my friends, I was gonna miss them, and it was gonna be hard for me. I'm happy living with my 2 lovable sisters and my mom, who takes really good care of me.
It's important for men to be involved in this work because we are both the cause of, and I believe the solution to, ending violence against women. You know, I have a sister, I have a mother, and I think that any of us who have women in our lives, it's in our best interest to make sure the world is safe for them.
Care about the Women's Resource Center because we're not just a domestic violence agency, we're human rights activists, and we need your help.
I was determined that I had to remove myself from it, and I made a lot of sacrifice, a lot of sacrifice. Leaving my kids behind was hard. But I know one day that they'll understand why Mommy had to make that decision. And because I know they think that I turned my back on them, but I didn't. I was in a situation where it was either Mommy was gonna live or Mommy was not going to.
It's not really just about giving money. It's not just about making the gift. It's about the impact of the gift. I mean, what the gift does.
To come home to a place where my children can be children and not feel terrorized and scared is a wonderful feeling for them and for me. And I could not ask for anything more than that, than a family being a true family, because that's what we are now.